Yeah, don't worry about it. I got you. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. How you doing? Today, I got on the guy, Kenny Damaio.
Yep, that's it.
That's how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
It's actually a Portuguese last name.
Yeah. We unfortunately colonized the Philippines, right, for a little while.
Yeah, Magellan. I think it was Magellan.
I think he was Spanish.
Was he?
I think so. Am I bugging?
He probably was.
I don't know. I know that the Spaniards did a lot of crazy shit, too.
Yeah, I think he was Spanish hired by the Portuguese. Something like that. But don't quote me on that.
I call myself the Portuguese Godfather, and I don't even know my own history, bro. So you have a podcast, too.
Yes, I do.
The Dojo Dudes podcast.
Yeah, the Dojo Dudes podcast. I changed the name to the Dojo Dudes show because now I'm posting other content like vlogs and stuff.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw that with your buddy who's also a fighter.
Yeah, my cousin, actually. Yeah, he got me into like training like when I was probably like, I think I was 15, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I started training out in Queens in progressive martial arts in Fresh Meadows. And after that, like maybe like 2-3 years, I think, because I started my sophomore year. And then my senior year, I got injured. Someone checked a pretty good low kick.
Oh,
and I tore my meniscus. And I actually came here because I met someone over there at the gym, a good teammate of mine, Drew.
Drippy Drew,
yeah.
baby.
Shout out Drew.
Fucking Drippy Drew, bro.
Yeah, he recommended me to come here a while ago.
Dude,
yeah.
I haven't seen that guy in so long.
Yeah, I think he told me he's like doing some other stuff, but yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, I know he's a busy guy.
Super busy. Yeah. We come from the same neighborhood. I just realized like recently, yeah.
So you're both from Queens.
Well, yeah, and then we both moved to Hicksville. So yeah.
Small world.
Super small.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember seeing you out that one night at that random ass spot.
Oh yeah, Dugan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girl's best friend works there. And, like every time I go, I watch the fights or I'll watch whatever game's on.
Oh, nice. They show the fights there?
Yeah. I watched the Covington fight, the Covington Usman too.
Yep. Yeah, I was watching that with a bunch of my boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. You know, it was a good card.
Who did you have like when you first? Like,
I had easily Colby. I mean,
yeah.
I think it was pretty obvious that Colby was gonna win.
Yeah.
But it was just a matter of the fact that you know, we all wanted Jorge to win just because, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck, that guy's, you know, he's just got that star thing, you know, the it factor, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, he just doesn't have the wrestling skills.
Yeah, he's such a draw. If there was a 65 division, I feel like he'd be easily the champion.
Him or RDA, you know. Actually, so
yeah.
I last time I did a podcast, I was with, you know, Funk.
Oh yeah.
And I was talking shit about RDA low key. I was like,
oh yeah,
I was like, yo, he'll never be champ again. But then he did that fight with Renato Moicano.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a fucking dog, bro.
Yeah, once a champion, you always a champion, and that's a fact.
Like in a way, yeah. But I mean, like, I'm not talking like the mentality or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about, you know, like the belt.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't think he would ever get the belt back. But now, you know, like, I feel like he could do pretty good against Charles Oliveira.
Would you consider Jorge a champion?
Well, no, because he's never had a
BMF belt.
He's a champion of being a fucking savage. I'll give him that. He's a champion of being a fucking stud, but so am I. So where's my fucking belt?
Yeah, get him the Portuguese Godfather belt.
Yeah. Nah, that shit was a great fight, though.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight, honestly.
It was just crazy how he pulled like a Nate right there. Like, he had him hurt, like he had him down.
Yeah.
And he just didn't do anything with it. It was like when Nate had Leon Edwards, you know, 1 minute left in the fight, cracked, and he didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, even Nate and Leon, they do good at 65. Like, there's a lot of fighters that are like, they're kind of tweeners between 55 and 75.
I think Leon would be too big, though.
For 65? Really?
Leon's huge, bro.
Is he really?
Leon's
big,
man. Bro. Have you seen the man's shoulders, bro?
No.
Dude, his shoulder is like one of my testicles, all right? And that's massive.
Oh, man.
Nah, but he's a big boy.
Oh, definitely. Did you see the Eagle FC card with No? Oh, man. They have a 65 division. Yeah, Kevin Lee and Diego Sanchez fought.
Yeah, I heard that it was actually competitive.
It was, surprisingly.
That's not good for Kevin. That's like really bad for Kevin Lee.
He's a dog. I like Kevin Lee. He's good. It's just he needs to put it together.
But all right, listen. All right. First thing first, I'm gonna put this out there.
Uh-huh.
Any UFC fighter could beat my ass. Any Bellator fighter could beat my ass. The majority of pro fighters could beat my ass because I actually stand up with some pro fighters and I bang. So, anyway, but majority of them could absolutely fucking beat my ass. So when I talk shit, it's not because I think I can beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Kevin Lee, bro, he's had so much time to put it together. And he keeps on saying that he's going to. He's like, I see holes in his game. And then he loses the fight. And then he's like, I just got to take a year off. You know, I got to get my shit together. And then he goes back to like this great camp.
Yeah.
And he's, getting great work. He was with GSP for a while, like back in the day. I don't know where he is now. But, I mean, he's training with like amazing athletes, amazing fighters. And you're telling me after all this time he still hasn't put it together? Like, ever since the Tony Ferguson loss, he's not been the same fighter. I mean, he had that great win against Long Island fucking Savage. Sorry, Gregor, but he he had that great win against Gregor. Ever since then, what has he really done? I mean, great. You got the UD over a fucking 40-year-old, who's
the greatest coach of all time. Too.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Thank God that.
What's his name? What is that
Josh
guy?
Fabia.
Josh. Oh my God.
Thank God he left that guy.
You saw the video of him getting punched. Like he was hung upside down, and he was getting punched by a.
No,
yeah.
I've never seen that.
I'm pretty sure he was punching him, or he was kicking him, but he was using him as like a heavy bag.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, it was weird. Super weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I feel bad for Diego though, because.
Yeah.
There's obviously something going on in the skull. You know what I mean? There's something going on in the noggin that just ain't right. And that guy exploited the fuck out of him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like
bugging.
with fighters especially, there's a lot of vultures in like the fight industry. Like there's a lot of vultures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like if you just look at what was that guy? He had the big hair with Mike Tyson. What's his name?
I don't know.
No, you don't know?
Fucking Don King.
Yes, Don King.
Yep.
Yeah, Don King for one. And I know, like, obviously, Fabia, like, that guy.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, anytime that there's, like, big money or anything like that involved, you're going to have fucking snakes around you, bro.
Yeah.
And that's just a given,
How do you deal with, like, people, like, doubting you in, like, the podcast, like, world? Because, like, I have a lot of that, yeah.
Who gives a fuck, bro?
Really?
Yeah, what does it matter? I mean,
but what if it's, like, people that are close to you?
I have plenty of people who are close to me that don't really believe in me. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. Like, I'll tell you one thing though. The majority of my family, like my mom, my dad, and both my brothers, they definitely believe in me. My uncle, he listens to this. I have an uncle who listens to this podcast. Shout out Uncle Mike. I have plenty of people who love and support what I do, and so instead of listening to, and I won't say negative comments because there's a difference between. Like being able to take constructive criticism and then understanding that someone's just hating on you.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference, but like you got to understand when you have a lot of people who support you and keep telling you, wow, you're going to do this shit. Like I really think what you're doing is a great thing. And like you constantly get great feedback. Yeah. And then every once in a while you get like negative things, even if it's from people like close to you, even if it's every day you're getting a comment from someone close to you saying that like they don't really believe in you. Who cares? Do you believe in yourself?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
All right, so then who else do you need?
That's true. Yeah.
Let me look up a good quote for you. It's actually a biblical quote.
Oh, you're Catholic?
I am Catholic,
Me too. I was raised Roman Catholic. I went to Catholic school.
Oh.
I have some stories, man.
I could not imagine, bro. I got to look up. I can't remember this. I can't remember what's...
Maybe it's Philippians.
No. It's about being just comfortable with yourself. It said that it's essentially like those who are comfortable with themselves get like the greatest gift of them all because you don't need anything else. You don't need material possessions. You don't need all the money in the world. You have the best gift, and that was the gift that God gave you, and that's yourself.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if anyone has no belief in me or says a negative comment. In fact, I laugh at it because it's like, all right, bro, like that's a comedy to me because like it's like I just have this great image of what I'm gonna do in my head.
Yeah, it's just different when it's like I mean, I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but when it's like family, it's a lot. I don't know. In your culture, does it like, are they very like supportive on like other ventures that are not college?
Yes and no. So I have one uncle, and he believes in me because he sees that I'm putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
But for a very long time, and he's kind of like the I guess I would say like the head of the family in a way.
Yeah.
Because he's a very successful businessman, and everything kind of revolves around like when they're doing like a party, like or an event or something like that, and then like he helps us out a lot, like financially. If we ever need anything like on the fly. And his opinion obviously weighs more than a lot. So, a lot of others, excuse me. And he always like would push me to go to college, because he always thought I was gonna join his business, because I expressed interest. And so, from the time I was 14, he was like just drilling into my head like go to college, go to college, go to college. And so like you feel like you let someone down in a way when you don't. Right?
Did you go?
No.
Yeah, I went actually for like a semester, and then. So actually, my senior year, I was supposed to apply to colleges, and then I didn't really have any idea of like what I wanted to do. And at the time, I was training a lot, like every single day. Like I was doing Muay Thai, and then I was kind of thinking of, hey, maybe I should just start like trying to fight the rest of my life. But it was like I wasn't super sure if it was really my calling. So I kind of hesitated in like putting in applications and stuff. And then finally hit me when it was like, oh, you can't apply to certain schools anymore because it's too late. Because if you do, you're just gonna pay full price. So I paid full price for a school. So I paid like $20,000 for a school because my parents wanted me to go to school so badly. They were like, just take anything, because I was kind of like the runt of my family. So they were like, just go to school, please, because I caused a lot of trouble. So they put me in Catholic school. But anyways,
what kind of trouble?
I would get into like little scuffles because I was small, so I'd always want to prove myself. And in Queens, like a lot of people, I guess they're super testy.
You have no choice.
Yeah, I got no choice. And I looked like a little like, Coconut Head from like Nes Declassified.
Oh my god!
I was Coconut Head.
I'm putting a pic up on the screen, bro.
Yeah, I was Coconut Head, and I mean I was cool with a lot of people, but there were some guys in the neighborhood that would mess with me. So there were times I'd play basketball and someone just rock me out of nowhere just because I was small, and then I have to fight him back. But not just that, I was also indulging in certain things, like some pretty hefty stuff.
I get you.
Yeah, I mean,
is that something you want to go into?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open about it. I mean,
talk about it.
So when I was younger, I was a pretty big pothead, and I also was a psychedelic adventurer. So I don't think you should. So like, do not take psychedelics when you're young. Terrible, terrible idea. I mean, I think you should take them when you're a lot older and you have an idea of where you want to like guide your trip to. But as like a 15-year-old in the middle of like a Queens parking lot, like it's a terrible idea. Like there was this time I like passed out in the middle of like Soho, and like all my friends were like, "Yo, what's happening?" And I was like, my eyes were rolling back and like everything was pixelated because I was on LSD. But yeah.
Fuck that, man. Yeah, I'm not really down with the psychedelics. I'm open to mushrooms though.
Oh, mushrooms definitely. Like the synthetic. I mean, I don't know if LSD is considered synthetic.
Yes,
but it is.
I believe so.
Oh well, yeah. Don't. That stuff is not good. Like Molly, I'm not really a fan of, but natural stuff like ayahuasca, DMT, I'm pretty sure the same thing, and like mushrooms, I'm into that 100%.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it. It's always in the back of my mind, but that's something I have to be really ready for, and I don't know if I am. You know what I mean? It's just like I like, as much as I do, I like to go out and drink sometimes.
Yeah.
And on occasion, I like to get high. Whatever. I'll just smoke a joint.
Yeah.
But I'm satisfied with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to go further. I don't have any desire to go further.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when you do psychedelics, especially like mushrooms and DMT, like, I mean, you really have to have a goal on why you're doing it. Because when I was younger, I was doing it and I was just doing it to be cool in a way. And I was just doing it to mess around and kill time.
That's how I started fucking smoking pot, bro. And
yeah,
cigs.
me too. But yeah, if you go into it with a goal, it could be more of a spiritual experience. Like just recently, I've been like messing with psilocybin, so mushrooms, and I microdose every once in a while, and it helps me with my mental health. Like I have a lot of like hidden anger and like a lot of like weird like just depression and stuff like that. It flares up every once in a while.
Especially nowadays, man.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
Well, you know, dude, I've actually, you know, just barely started to look into microdosing, and you know, I think it's been beneficial for a lot of people. You know.
Yeah.
Especially because, you know, today, like, how do I explain it? It's like we're just like so negative now. You know, we're just so entrenched in negativity everywhere. You know, you go on Instagram, and obviously, if you're within the age of like fucking 11 to 30, you're gonna be on Instagram, and you know, all you're seeing all day is just negativity and toxic shit. So how could you not be fucking angry and depressed? You know?
Yeah. Social media is terrible. It's like
No cap.
like
I'm addicted as fuck.
me
to
too. Me too. I was addicted to Instagram, and I still am, which I've been
Same.
trying to wean off of it.
Same.
When I look at my screen time, I'm like, oh my god, like what am I doing with my life? It's terrible. And like ever since I moved out, so like probably like it's almost a year now, like living like independently, I realized like the more time I spend on like Instagram and on social media, it's like less time I'm spending making money, which it's like, you know, it's a waste
Too
of time.
factual.
Yeah.
Too factual. Yeah, I mean, I had the same experience, bro.
And I try to justify it, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking at like some nice moves on Instagram. I'm looking at some nice combinations, or oh, I'm looking at some motivational stuff. But it's like, you can look at all this stuff for like 10 hours, right? But you're not getting up and doing anything. You're motivated sitting there watching the stuff, but you're not doing anything. And not only that,
Such a fact.
like it fuels like a lot of like hate. It's like it's a hate farm, honestly.
What do you mean?
Like you see a lot of people. Well, do you believe in like the hate bots, like the hate accounts?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I have, dude.
Yeah.
I had a guy the other day. I don't know if you saw it on my story. This guy, he like messaged me. He made a total new account.
Yeah.
To message me.
What do you say?
I don't know. It was fucking hilarious though, bro. It was so funny. I wonder if I could actually find the screenshot. I hope I didn't delete it.
But nah,
It was fucking weak, bro.
he's hiding behind the Instagram user 696969.
Nah, like legit though. Like that's what people do though. You know what I mean? It's just like sad. I just feel bad for these people. Yeah, I don't have it. I deleted it, but I'll try to find it because I posted it on my story, so I could find it in my old stories.
Yeah.
But he was just like, he's like, "Fuck you, loser," and he spelled the loser with like a zero instead of like an O.
Funny.
And then he's like, "You're the kind of guy I used to beat up after gym
Oh,
class."
I saw that. I saw that. What is that?
I'm about to put it on the screen if I can find it. But yo, dude, I was in the gym. I was in the sauna, bro, rolling because it's just like, dude. I mean, how am I supposed? But like, it's like, how am I supposed to take that negatively though?
Yeah.
So let me spin the question on you real quick. So I do understand like there's a lot of negativity and it makes you hateful.
Yeah.
Because you know you see all this shit and you're just like, wow, I just fucking like you see like some like instant karma type shit and you're just like, yeah, I would do the same shit. But in reality, you know that's wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
And so like, you know, the way I try to look at it is just like, it's comedy when someone messages me like that. I don't give a fuck. You know, it's fucking hilarious, bro. It's like that's a sad human being right there.
I used to get mad. I used to get really mad.
Yeah?
I used to have people like swipe up on my stuff and be like, yo, bro, I'd beat you up, bro. And I don't even train. And I'm like, oh, I would get so angry. I'd be like, yo, pull up. Let's scrap right now. But then I started to realize, I was like, you know what? They don't know what they're talking about. And if they did want the smoke, they would come get it. But I mean, has anyone like ever like, I don't know, like confronted you like in person about like the stuff you post?
No. I did have.
No one's been bold enough.
So I actually after I don't think I've ever told this story, but after my speech, you know Al, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, he's very always concerned about, you know, getting new clients for the gym, and I understand it. Obviously, you know, listen, I don't want to deprive this place of business, so I understood his perspective. But after my first fight, when I did the whole political speech, you he called me over. Like, it was like the Monday after I fought. Like, I fought on Friday. Monday I came in for boxing class.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I actually wanted to talk to you, bro. And I'm like, oh, yo, what's up? He's like, don't ever fucking do that again. And like started like flipping out on me.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, but like, it was from the perspective of like, you can't alienate people's points of views from this gym.
Yeah.
So that was the only time someone who has ever like confronted me in person about what I said, like, and obviously like I said it in person over there, but the video was online.
Yeah.
And so for an online thing, that was the only time someone confronted me in person, and it was for a semi-reasonable thing in my opinion.
I mean, I feel like majority of people out here, like, they see it the same way. In Long Island, like in Queens, oh my God, bro.
What?
These people, like, just like
Mad Blue?
The mandates and stuff.
Oh, they're all about it?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've met some like weird people, man. And like I would like walk into like a store and they'd be like, yo, bro, like, why aren't you wearing your mask? I'm like, bro, chill. Like, I don't have it. Like, relax.
That's just so stupid, bro.
Yeah.
And people don't get it like that. It's all just like theater.
It is. Like, you saw DeSantis, and he was like...
I didn't like that, though.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like that. I thought that was pretty dicky. It's just like, dude, like... He's just like kind of like intimidating, I'll be like the little devil's advocate right now.
Uh-huh.
He's a big guy.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like 6 foot something. he's like Donald Trump, bro. He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah, he's like a fucking former Navy SEAL, bro.
Wait, Donald Trump's big too?
Yeah, Donald Trump's like 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, word?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Oh, man.
But yo, like, yeah, this guy's like this big dude, and he's the fucking most powerful guy in the state.
Uh-huh.
Well, besides Donald Trump. And so, he just walks up to these kids and he's like, "Take your mask off." He's like kind of like bullying the kids.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Ron DeSantis, but that really, like, I just didn't care for that. You know what I mean? It didn't help him.
Yeah.
It certainly hurt him.
Yeah, he could have done it a different way.
100%.
Yeah, he could have been a
100%.
little nicer about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I just didn't like it.
Yeah. Oh, you saw Donald Trump on Nelk?
I watched it like 30 minutes after it came out. Thank God.
Me too. Free the boys. Free the boys.
Yeah, dead ass, yo.
Free
Free the
them.
boys.
Free them.
Yo, that was crazy though. Like, he talked his shit. Bro.
Uh-huh. And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The gas prices. I had to explain to someone about like I think it's Nord Stream 2, the gas line in Germany.
Yeah.
I had to explain to them like how much that really affects our economy. And they're like, no, it's all the way in Europe. I'm like, hey, do you know what the Green New Deal is? That guy that you voted in, like, that stuff keeps us from getting our own resources.
Well, I think what I think it really hurts is our own exportation to Europe of, and like, I mean, listen, Russia is not the person to be doing trade with.
Yeah.
Especially for the majority of your energy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like 75%, 80% of Germany's natural gas resources is the Nord Stream 2. Or at least it would have been when it opened. I don't know if it opened yet, but, whatever they're doing now, obviously they impose a lot of sanctions, but, there's so many factors as to why gas prices went up, and they all lead back to Joe Biden and his 100%. Fucking constituents. It's like, and I had to actually explain this to someone as well the other day.
Uh-huh.
Because they hit me up and they were just like talking about how the Keystone Pipeline, like closing it down wasn't a big deal and it wasn't even American oil. Well, that is true because it's Canadian oil. I don't know if it's an American company that ships it out, but it's Canadian oil, and it comes from Alberta, and the XL would have ended instead of it ends in like Oklahoma right now, but the XL would have ended in like Texas.
Ah.
And so it would have provided, or it had the capacity to carry, an extra 800,000 plus barrels of oil per day.
Wow.
And so right now we get 8% of our energy, that's including petroleum, natural gas, and oil from Russia. I think it's like 3% from Russia.
Is that true? Is that statistic true? 3%?
3%, yeah.
I don't know. I saw on the Nelk thing, he said it wasn't 3%.
It's 8% total.
Oh,
so
okay.
Oil is like, oil alone is like 3%.
Uh-huh.
But then you're not taking into account petroleum, and that's... Good one, Kai. You're all good. I'll fix it in a second. But yeah, no. You're not taking into account natural gas and petroleum. And so those are the two other things that we import from Russia, you know.
Yeah.
And so oil, it's still like 600,000 barrels a day.
That's a lot
like
of oil.
yeah, that's like 20 million barrels per year, or some shit like that, or like 200 million barrels per year. Some crazy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we could, in fact, phase that out, not have to pay Russia any money, and not only that, have enough to export, because the whole argument is that we produce or we drill enough oil in this country to be a net exporter, and we were.
Yeah, 100%.
But now, I mean, did you listen to Biden when he was like on the campaign trail, bro? He's like,
corn pop.
but he's like, we gotta phase oil out.
Oh yeah.
We're never gonna allow motherfuckers to drill again.
And they're talking about those the windmills, right? What are
Man,
they?
windmills are trash, bro.
Yeah, they're terrible, and first of all, they ruin like the earth that they're on.
Literally.
And then you can't even reuse them. You can't reuse them, and they go out in like 20 years. Yeah, 20 years, right?
I think it's 10 years.
10 years?
I think so.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah, actually, so it's funny. My cousin had a windmill in his backyard.
What?
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
He bought it. He used to work for a company that actually builds windmills.
Okay.
And so he was a salesman, and he got like a massive discount, so he only spent like $4,000 on it.
Oh.
You know, so he had this windmill in his backyard, and he's like, it didn't even make a dent.
Wow.
And that's for a single house. That's for one house. And obviously, it's not like a fucking like. I mean, these windmills that you see are like a mile high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're a mile high. They're like 2,500 feet high. Some shit like that. I don't know, crazy shit. And like, you know, obviously that's huge compared to what you were gonna have in your backyard. But for it not to make a dent in a fucking single family home for one, actually, he wasn't even. I don't even know if he was married at the time. Yes, that's the way to do it, guy. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like, it doesn't even make a dent. He said solar's the way to go, and I agree with him.
Yeah, definitely solar.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna adjust the camera.
So like, oh yeah, can I plug?
Plug.
Cage Beast USA, check it out. I have a hoodie brand. I make gloves, but we've been backed up on gloves because of the sanctions. I can't import from Pakistan anymore. So
What?
yeah,
No cap.
yeah.
That's crazy.
My manufacturer is like, hey man, we can't do it. And actually, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. So I'm having this like low key. All right, let me pick my words carefully. A glorified sparring tournament in my backyard, and the winner gets an Oculus Quest.
Interesting.
So
Well,
I'm gonna do it for the the Dojo Dudes show. So
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
it's gonna be it's gonna barbecue everything. You're welcome to come.
Sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I would do it.
Drinks, bar.
You just gotta be careful though. You know,
BBQ.
motherfuckers might sue you if they get hurt.
That's true. Which we have a waiver,
Oh, you do? All right,
Yeah,
good
we
man,
have a
good man,
waiver.
good man, good man.
and my friend's a lawyer. He hooked me up on that one.
Good man,
Yeah.
good man, good man. That's smart, bro. That was a very smart decision of you to get a waiver.
Yeah, we have some other loopholes, but I'm gonna keep that out.
I feel you. But yeah, everyone check that out, and I'll put his Instagram obviously in the link below and his YouTube channel as well in the description.
Appreciate it.
I got you. Don't worry about it one bit. But yeah, back to the oil thing.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I was trying to tell this guy about how Biden isn't approving new drilling permits. Like, the oil companies are leasing this land, but they're not allowed to drill on it. And we have, I believe, under United States soil, 1/3 of the world's oil.
Really? Wait, 1/3?
Yeah. 1/3. This is
Oh,
something
wow.
that I read, and I have to, like, quote myself, or I can't quote myself on this because I have to really find where I read this and, you know, verify. But I read 1/3.
That's crazy.
It's fucking huge.
Are we the biggest holder, or is it like Saudi?
The biggest exporter right now
Exporter,
is
rather.
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And but this is why it's like so crazy, because like, dude, Joe Biden, we could start drilling now, and like we could completely solve the gas problem right now.
Yeah, but we can't. We can't. We can, but we can't.
No, we can. We literally can.
Oh,
Within months,
yeah.
we could start drilling.
Well, we're not allowed to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm saying hypothetically,
Yeah.
if Joe Biden wasn't such a fucking dementia out piece of shit, then we could absolutely be energy independent, exporting gas, and we could be like, yo, Russia, you need some oil, son?
Yeah.
Nah, they have plenty of their own.
What do you think of Teslas?
Love Tesla, but so let me give you a little bit of a salty detail real quick.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say?
Is it how it requires gas to make, the carbon footprint of making the actual battery of the Tesla? I think it's more detrimental to the environment than actually using oil.
That is true,
Yeah.
but that's not the angle I was
Oh,
going to
really?
go for. That is a great angle, though, because that is a really huge thing people have to think about with Is this guy fucking getting fucked in the ass or something? What's going on here?
He's going in. He's dips.
It's just the noise he's making. It's just, I don't know if I hope the fucking
don't-
shit didn't pick that up.
You don't make noises when you lift.
That's my noise. Raw. Nah.
Oh
But-
man, you're saying my bad.
Oh no, you're not. You're good. You're good. That's my bad for. But anyway, so actually, a law is being implemented right now, where in 2026, all new cars have to have a switch, essentially, where the police, if they suspect you of drunk driving, can turn off your car.
No way.
I swear.
And what if I could hack your stuff?
You could absolutely.
it.
Well, number one, you could absolutely do that. But I'm more concerned. I don't get. Listen, if you hack my shit, that's a big deal too. But if the government hacks a lot of people's shit, or not even hacks, has control over the majority of motor vehicles in this nation, that's unbelievably tyrannical.
Have you heard of the Great Reset?
Yeah, absolutely. Bro, Klaus Schwab is such a fucking bitch, bro.
Do you believe in the Great Reset?
1,000,000%, bro. I mean, it's.
Do you think that all this vegan, like, processed food and all that, and all this electric car talk? I mean, I love Teslas. Man, if Elon want to gift me a Tesla,
Yo, Elon, hit me up.
I'll email you. But no, like, it's super suspect because I didn't believe it at first. I was like, "There's no way."
Same.
But then as I see like the stuff happening, I'm like, "Wow, like this is crazy." And when you said that, that's just, oh man, that scares
Bro, this is
me.
what they want. Like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, I don't want to be reliant on fossil fuels anymore. In fact, if I had the choice, in a perfect world, I'd be driving a Tesla right now. I'd be driving a Tesla right now, any electric vehicle, and I would be fucking powering my home with solar panels. I'd be, any innovative technology that was up to date and was able to, make a huge dent, not only in my carbon footprint, but also my bills, I would absolutely implement in my life. But it's just like, when you see that, when you see the fact that
It's a
the
facade.
government can just fucking turn your shit off on a whim, they could just control your shit. Like, it's not even about turning it off. They could press the brake. They could
Wow.
press the accelerator. You know what I mean?
Can they GPS you?
They could
They
absolutely
probably
track
could,
you.
yeah.
100%, bro. You ever heard of fucking, what was the OnStar?
Nah. What's
It
that?
was, so it's like that's been in vehicles for a while, but it's like a service where, like if you crash your car or something like that and you can't like get your phone, you press the OnStar button and then it like geolocates your car and
Whoa.
it sends like emergency personnel, or like if you need a tow, you press the OnStar button. That's something for a while, but giving the government power over your vehicle, even with gas vehicles though, like every single vehicle
Yeah.
right now is powered by a computer.
Yeah, and actually I heard that I think there was this thing called like, it was something about like the car degenerates a lot faster when there's a computer in the car.
I never heard of that.
I was told that, like, especially like Hyundais. I have a Hyundai and my car is like a 2020 and it's breaking down already. I heard like something about the actual like the computer module. It connects to like the battery and the I forgot. I think your transmission too. So it slowly deteriorates. So then you could buy a new car. And
It's
it's
like an
harder to
iPhone.
fix at a mechanic. Like if you go to a regular mechanic and you bring some like scientific like crazy car,
Yep.
and they're like, "Oh wow, like I don't there's not much I can do, but if I can do it, I'm going to have to charge you like 15K or something like that."
Well, it's like iPhones. You know, that's why you have to go back to the dealership to fix the problems. You know, you can't go to your average. And this is another thing that like these big companies are trying to do. You know, they're trying to big companies and the government. They're trying to squash small businesses because small businesses make average people money.
Yeah.
And your average mechanic isn't making a lot of money. You know, I'm good friends with a mechanic. You know, I've been a family friend for a long time. Not rolling in the dough, struggling every single day. You know, at the fucking shop at 6:30 till 5:30 at night. You know, busting his ass, making a living, but nothing to fucking kick your boots off for.
Yeah, it's tough work, and it's like nowadays it's like unless you're doing like exotic cars, or if you go to like a big company, like you go to like Ford and only do Fords, then that's where you're gonna make money.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like they're completely controlling everybody's like outcomes in a way, where it's like,
It's the point.
yeah,
That is the entire point.
what are your thoughts on like YouTube slowly like losing all like the top like content creators? Because I feel like that's what's happening. Because when they did that to Nelk, and then Joe Rogan is basically gone. I mean, those are two guys I watch, but I feel like they're slowly like moving towards removing a lot of people. They're deplatforming everyone.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like that's been in the works for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it started with the adpocalypse. If you don't remember that,
What's that?
It's like demonetizing channels that
Oh,
that it don't make like kid friendly content or whatever. Like if you say like the word
Yeah.
fuck one time, your channel would get like demonetized. And
Yeah,
you
when I
wouldn't- and you wouldn't get
posted,
like
yeah.
certain ads.
when I posted, it asked me something about like, is this kid friendly content?
Yep.
And then it was
no,
like-
you have to put that no matter what.
Yeah, I was like, what is this, man?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into like posting on YouTube. You have to
Yeah.
like verify like your account, like with like your number and all this kind of shit, and you have to like.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But what sucks about it is it's such a monster. Like YouTube is such a monster.
It's the biggest video sharing platform on the planet.
And like, have you reached towards like the monetization like thing? No.
Not even close.
Yo, before that wasn't like a thing, right?
What's that?
The amount of like the
Oh yeah, 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that wasn't a
4,000
thing.
hours watch time.
yeah. I was making money like as a young kid. Like I used to make like Call of Duty videos.
My man.
Yeah, I made like no scope videos, and like I had one like semi-viral video,
Oh,
and I made
nice.
like $5 on it. Like it
That's
wasn't
valid.
bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, they. Well, you see, you gotta understand, like as companies grow, the kind of people that you're gonna get to run it are the kind of people who are running in these circles. I don't know Susan Wojciechowski, whatever her fucking name is. I don't know much about her, but if you're gonna start censoring people for misinformation,
Yeah.
and they got Trump because he was questioning the election.
Yeah, and that's so stupid. Like, come on.
I mean, if there's evidence, why aren't you allowed to talk about it? And why aren't you allowed to express your viewpoint freely regardless?
It was just like
It's not hurting anybody.
there's this guy on Joe Rogan. He was a doctor. Robert Malone.
Love that guy.
They completely threw his name, dragged his name through the mud. And it's terrible because he was a legitimate doctor. He was one of the creators of the first patent of mRNA vaccines.
Listen, he's still a fucking force, bro.
Yeah.
He's out there doing the groundwork on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Peter McCullough and Pierre Corey. There's a lot of guys talking about the disgusting, especially dude. Did you see the list of side effects that came out for the vaccine?
No.
Yeah. So Pfizer was trying to stop this document, and it's all the adverse. So out of 45,000 people who did the tests, they were essentially the test subjects in the early testing. 42,000 plus experienced adverse effects.
Myocarditis.
That was one of them.
Yeah, I know that for a fact because I have a I have a relative that has heart issues now. Didn't have heart issues
how old?
before. Oh, he's like probably like 30, 32.
Insane.
And I'm like, wow, that's insane. And he got
'Cause
Pfizer.
it's cap, bro.
Yeah,
It's
he got
cap.
Pfizer.
It's cap.
Did you get poked? Did they poke you?
Hell no, and they ain't ever going to, motherfucker. I ain't letting that. Yo, people were always telling me like, you know, like I had opportunities to like get like a fake card and all this kind of stuff. Like, yo, I'll just like empty the vial. It's all good. And I'm like, no, I don't even want to be associated with it. You know, I don't care about going to the city anymore. You know, I could, unfortunately,
Yeah,
as much.
you.
Yeah, facts. Well, you don't have a choice, but
Yeah.
you know, I love to travel a lot,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, you know, if that's a sacrifice I have to make in order to not get vaccinated, you know, listen, I won't travel anymore.
I'm pretty sure what one of these companies did was illegal, but I was forced to get the poke. Me and my pops.
Many people were.
We couldn't enter the job site if we didn't have it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's no way. Like this
still
can't
like
be
that.
possible." Some Long Island, no.
But the city.
Oh my God, man, city's a headache. And then there was a lot of companies that were, you know, so there's safety companies that people like hire like externally, like a third party like safety company, and they'll charge you for not wearing your mask and stuff just to collect the debt that they lost from just being closed during COVID.
Listen,
It's
bro,
crazy.
every system that, you know, goes unchecked like that, even I'm a big capitalist, but bro, even when you have the opportunity to make money, you know, some motherfuckers are just going to exploit.
Yeah.
And that's what these big companies do.
I mean, they profit off your demise. So a lot of people,
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, how did you deal with the whole COVID situation? Like, you know, like from the start? You know,
Terrible. It was disgusting. So when it first hit, I was actually at NCC. So at first I was at a Delphi, and then I obviously left there because it was too much money. NCC was a little cheaper, so I went there, but then I didn't really finish any classes because I did everything online, and this was before like they did all the Zoom stuff. So it was like Blackboard. So it was just they would type something in the chat, and then I would have to answer the questions and stuff. So I didn't want to do that. I was like, fuck that. So I felt super like unmotivated after that because I felt like a loser because I was working at Red Robin and I was living in my mom's house, and like my parents were looking at me a weird way. I wasn't working with my pops at the time, and I was low-key losing it. Like I had a lot of demons come out from under the shadows during that time. But honestly, it made me a lot stronger because then after I was able to, you know, overcome that stuff, you know, I moved out. Now I have I went to an apartment in Amityville. Now I'm at a house, and I live with my girl, and I have a dog. But before, I couldn't have imagined any of this stuff happening. Like I was so close to like I'll put it out there now because like I'm pretty sure like most of my family's aware. But like I was like on suicide watch for a while. Like I had no ambition to go outside, and it was tough because it was like in my head, like I knew it wasn't me. But then at the same time, I was like, man, I'm just such a loser. But I crawled out from under the depths of hell, and now I'm here trying to do my thing. So, yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
It's a tough world, bro.
It is, but you know what? I'm not going to sulk on it because it's a learning experience at the end of the day. And it's like, I'm glad it happened to me when I was 18 versus when I would be like 30 or something like that. Like, it wasn't that bad because, well, it was bad at this. It was pretty bad. But looking at it now, it's not that bad because, you know what? I didn't have as much responsibility. At the same time, you know, I had young emotion. So that really was like, you know. So it didn't really affect too much of, I don't know. It's hard to talk about. I'm sorry.
No, listen, I get you, my boy. You know, it's not easy out there, especially now with like, you know, what, like you said, you know, before,
Yeah.
all the hate online and all the negativity, and then obviously over the past 2 years with all the lockdowns and the mandates and whatever else, you know. But look at you now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you look at the progress, it's immense, obviously. You know, I didn't know you then, obviously, but you seem like you've overcome a lot of it.
100%. Like I'm a lot stronger now. Like back then, it was like I feel like it was more I didn't have like the mental preparation to deal with something like that. Honestly, it wasn't even COVID. It was just the fact that I was locked in my room for like I don't know how many weeks I was locked in my room. It was probably like not even weeks. It was probably a couple months from like what happened in like February, right? So from February all the way up to like maybe like March, I was stuck in my room.
But why?
So my mom's a nurse at Elmer's Hospital. Ooh. But there's a lot of cases there. A lot of cases there. Like a crazy amount of cases there.
Yeah. All those vaccinated people, you know?
Yeah.
You're talking about in the beginning, though.
Well, in the beginning, yeah, before they had that. But there was a lot of cases because I'm pretty sure that's where, like, one of the first like, official reports were.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there. But, yeah, she was super paranoid. And, like we have, like, my little sister, like, she's prone to, like, getting sick. And at the time, they were, like, on the news, oh, kids younger than like 14 or something like that, like stay inside, you'll get sick and this and that. So like my mom was terrified. She was so paranoid, and like she was like everyone has to stay away from each other, like everyone locked down and stuff. And I thought it was like the end of the world at the time, but then
we all did.
Yeah. But no, I mean sitting in your room for that long, it sucks. It's like,
oh, 100%.
I was just downing White Claws every night. Like, I probably killed like a couple packs of White Claws. I probably spent like, you know, that $20K that she had care packaged
week
by the government.
Oh my God, bro! Literally.
Did you get it?
Dude, I got like 15K.
Oh yeah, no,
thin air.
I wasted mine.
Well,
like an idiot.
I spent mine wisely, I would say, but also I definitely spent it like an asshole too. It was a mix.
I bought like a fake chain, a fake diamond chain.
All right, that's fucking stupid, bro.
I pulled up to Adelphi, and this is after I was going there with my fake diamond chain, flexing. I'm like, yo,
yikes,
COVID money, bro.
Yeah, not legit.
COVID money. Yeah, it matched my mask too, you know.
I'm fucking weak, bro. Nah, dude, like I feel you though, you know. But you know, thank God, you know, I was like, I had motivation to do certain things when I was like locked away. Like I was making a lot of music.
Oh, that's nice.
I learned French.
Hey,
that was fun. Did a few things, but I definitely drank a lot too.
Yeah, that was the problem. That was a big problem for a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people.
Alcohol sales went up like 30%.
It's crazy.
That's disgusting though.
And they were considered an essential business.
Well, yeah, because anytime that there's some sort of like, you know, incident where you can take advantage and completely just like shut down like society, there's no better way to keep people obedient than to like fuel their addictions.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially when, you know, their addiction causes like depression, lack of ambition,
and it has the illest withdrawals too. Yeah,
dead ass.
Yeah, you could die from it.
High key.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one. I'm pretty sure it's one of the most deadly addictions. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't know that you could die from, you know, alcohol withdrawals. Like I thought that you could like low-key cold turkey it, but then I saw this documentary on it and it was like a lot of people die trying to do that. They have to slowly like wean yourself off.
If you're that bad, then yeah. But you know, like if you're like 25 and you just go out every weekend, you know, and that's it, rather than like drinking every single day, you know, like, or like, you know, twice a week, that's a different story. Like people who are like so down, like down though, like God, I feel so bad for them.
Oh man, yo, there's a lot of like young kids in my area that are kind of lost.
Oh yeah.
And during where I used to live, and during the lockdown, I saw a lot of them like get into heavy drugs. And these are like young kids, like 16, 17. And yeah, I just saw a lot of kids' lives just go down the drain after that. And I was like, wow, like they could have at least like, I don't know, there could have been something out there to like help them or just keep them out of that type of stuff.
I know. Well, you see, dude, like but this is a reason why I love martial arts. It's because martial arts and just exercise in general, you know, whatever sport it is that gets you off your feet, moving and committed, especially in a team environment, you know, it's better to be with a team.
Yeah.
You know, like they say that MMA is like a single sport, like you're the only person in the cage. Yeah, but think of all the time you spent training outside the cage with your coaches, with your teammates, all the times that you went out with your teammates and hung out and chilled with them, you know?
100%.
That shit changes your life and it makes you a better person.
And you get a lot closer to people punching them in the face.
Way.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, like
if you're okay with someone hurting you to a certain extent, like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too, is that it's consensual.
Yeah. I'm lucky I found martial arts like the time I did, because back before I started training, I did box a little bit before I did Muay Thai, but it was like Filipino like street boxing. So like my pops would like teach me how to throw like simple combos, like 1-2s, 1-2-3s. But like I'm glad I found it, because if I didn't have that, then I don't know where I would have been. I would have been one of those kids. I would have been
probably same.
Yeah, and it sucks, because it's like I was lucky to go to a Catholic school. Like my parents put a lot of money trying to keep me out of there, because they saw the direction I was going in. But some people are just not that fortunate, you know? And then there's not much they could do. And you can say, oh, maybe they play basketball or soccer. Or actually, there's a lot less sports in Queens. There's a lot less sports in Queens than there are in Long Island. And I noticed that.
For sure.
And I feel like that definitely keeps a lot of kids off the streets. There's not a lot of options in Queens. And like if you do a different type of sport, a lot of people will make fun of you for doing it. Like I played tennis, and kids would come at me for playing
100%,
tennis.
Yep.
But
it's seen as like a wimpy sport.
Yeah, I mean it's not. But like,
tennis is fucking dope.
Yeah,
dude.
it's dope.
I love tennis. But they'll also clown on you, you know, because that like, you know, like it's not something that involves like physical contact and all that kind of shit, you know. Like I get it, you know, like yeah, it's funny to roast like the golfer on the team, you know, whatever, but
golf's dope.
Yeah, but like, dude, if you enjoy it and if it keeps you out of trouble. Another thing too is that a lot of these people, you know, who are really, really down are probably just projecting their own insecurities as well, because they're probably fucking pissed, you know, that they can't get out of their like shitty cycle of life, you know. A lot of people who fall into addictions, you know, they come from broken homes, you know, whether it be abusive homes, fatherless homes, you know, whatever, and especially in New York City, that kind of shit is prevalent.
Yeah. And it sucks, because like you like when you grow up there, like you can see it happen before your own eyes. And like back to like the sports thing, like you can play basketball, right? Practice basketball in the park. But the thing is, in New York, basketball is so like it's such a popular sport that not everybody's able to make the team. And if you want to play somewhere else, you got to pay to play somewhere else.
Yep.
So what happens to a lot of kids is, okay, they play in the park, but guess what's at the park?
Bad shit.
Yeah, you
drugs.
got drugs. You got gangbangers at the park. You got guns around you, and they're just bad people at the park.
I mean, dude, like, even as a kid, you understand this. You know, I as a kid, I watched fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I understood that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was super blind to it, like, in the moment. I'm like, oh, yeah, now this guy's just trying to hang out with us. But it's like, what does a 26-year-old man want to, like, why does he want to hang out with a 16-year-old kid? Because he's trying to get him to run drugs. He's trying to get him into a gang, or he's trying to get him into a position where they're so comfortable, you invite him over and they rob your entire house. And I've seen stuff like that happen. And it was like, there are times I've let the wrong people inside my house and stuff has been stolen. And like at the time, like an idiot, I didn't say anything. And I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry. Like, I lost your thing, or I took your thing. And she saw it as me like, oh man, this kid's like stealing my stuff for drugs. But I was like, no, I didn't. Someone else did. But it's the truth, yeah.
Well, listen, one thing that I learned, and if I can give any advice to younger people, is that honesty is always the best policy, even when you fuck up badly.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it sucks because a lot of those people that are doing all this, like, shitty stuff, it 100% happened to them. That same type of stuff happened to them. Yeah.
Either that or they were just influenced by the kind of people who do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sad life out in, you know, like Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, you know, Yonkers, all that shit. You know, unless you're in like the bougie ass areas, you know.
And it's weird because, like, you know, I'm not even from like the worst part of Queens. Like, we live by the worst part of Queens, but the problem is, like, it's so like, I don't know. They make gangbanging seem so like positive, like, or romanticize it rather. Yep. And it's like, hey man, your mom is working a really fucking hard job. Your dad is working construction, and
if
like,
you even have a dad.
Yeah, if you do, like, but like the thing is, it's like, what are you? Why are you out here gangbanging when like your parents are working their fucking asses off? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like, I came from like the Queens Village, Belrose area, and it's not terrible. It's somewhat by like Jamaica, but it's like, it's not like the worst. But what's weird is like, they're just so in love with like gangbanging, and I'm like, why? And I really don't understand why. And I know a lot of people back home would hate me for that, for saying that, but like, it's just the truth. Like, don't be doing that stuff.
Well, I mean, it's also just like you said, it's romanticized, you know, in popular music, you know. I mean, I know kids from the burbs who are trying to like do that shit, you know what I mean? And
It's
like,
crazy.
You know, I know kids from high school who like murdered other people. You know what I mean? It's like weird, like,
whoa,
yeah, like, you know, kids who died from drug overdoses because they're trying to, you know, be like that cool shit. And, you know, like, people who've robbed others, you know, I know this shit, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because it's always someone who could be doing something a lot better with their lives.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, you know, you're stuck in a trap out in the city, especially.
Yeah, and it's, I don't understand how like the public school system is never changed over there. Like, it's.
What do you mean you don't understand how? What do you mean you don't understand how?
Yeah.
Why,
Where's my tax money going? Because because there's a lot of roads that are still under construction.
Yeah, and they're gonna be forever.
A lot of roads still under construction.
Listen, man, our tax money is so poorly spent, it's not even funny.
I want to see like a statement.
List, yep.
Like, give us a statement. Like
a verifiable list that accounts for every single dollar.
Yeah.
Every single cent. I want every penny.
It's probably going to like human resources or something like that.
It's going to bullshit,
like,
bro.
yeah.
It's going to shit that doesn't help the public. I mean, especially like, dude, not even our state taxes. Look at the federal shit, bro. Look at what Joe Biden's doing, giving crack pipes to motherfuckers, bro.
Oh yeah, that's crazy to me.
There's a page, I think it's called New York Freedom Rally 2. And they had a video where this guy like went into like one of the sites where they distribute this shit, and one of the mainstream narratives was that he's not handing out crack pipes, he's handing out the materials to like smoke crack, but he's not handing out the pipes. Bro, literally, they're handing out like high quality like meth pipes, crack. I swear to God, like this shit, it comes in like a Ziploc bag, like that you would get like you ever been to like a dispensary?
Yeah.
Like, you know how like you'll get like a doob tube and like whatever else, and like they'll put it in like a nice little baggie. That's what the fuck the government's giving out right now.
Biden 2024.
But literally though, bro, like it's just crazy to me. They set up shop in like these buildings that are like I don't know what they are, like repurposed government buildings maybe.
That's crazy.
And you walk in and you're like, yeah, I'm just looking for a setup, and they're like, oh yeah, bro, don't worry about it one bit.
Yeah, the government and big pharma, the biggest drug dealers. They're the biggest drug dealers.
No cap.
I posted something on my Instagram story about like the Pfizer. I think it was Pfizer. The Vioxx case.
You're going back now.
That one was crazy, man.
You're going back now.
That's some crazy stuff, and people forget about stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean they had the largest payout in human history.
Yeah.
For a lawsuit.
And no one went to jail.
Why would they? They paid the money.
Yeah.
You're all good. Oh, you paid $8 billion? I don't worry about it.
It's basically
you're
like the tax to the people that protect you.
It's such a joke, man. I mean, it's honestly sad because I mean, look at this country and look at the amount of addiction to, and I'm not even counting coffee, food addiction, and cigarettes and alcohol. Look at just the drugs, like the opioids. What the fuck, man? How have we gotten so far gone?
And I feel like they're enforcing it a lot more because they're giving kids like e-cigs and stuff. Like, I know, like 12-year-olds with Juuls and like
bro,
the most intricate vapes, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you,
dude? And it's like sad because like, dude, you know, these shop owners, bro, that like hand this shit out to kids without like checking, bro. Like, dude, I used to walk into fucking like the gas station down the block. Yo, let me grab a Lucy. You know what a Lucy is, right?
Nah.
It's just like a fucking loose cigarette. Like,
what?
You'll give the guy $1 and he gives you a cig.
What?
Yep.
That's
and
so
now
cool.
it's the same shit. Like, you go to like Dairy Barn. Yo, let me grab a Juul with the mango pod. Oh yeah, cool. They'll just sell it to you right there. They won't even check for your ID. They'll just be like, yeah, no problem. Yo, let me get like 5 4 Locos. No problem, bro.
Yeah, and the reason why is because most of those are small businesses, and corporate is destroying the corporate like machine is like not allowing.
What are you saying? They gotta like make ends meet.
Yeah,
I think
that's
part
what
of
I
it.
think it is.
I think that's part of it for sure. But I mean,
or it's just idiots.
I think it's both. You know,
Yeah.
I think that the owner of the business would probably be pretty tight if they saw that going on.
Yeah.
But I also think that in some places, definitely, you know, it's like, fuck, well, I'm going to make money. I'm going to make it somehow.
Yeah, I during the pandemic, there was this like deli that they would always ID. If you wanted backwoods or like papers, always ID'd. And one day my friend called me and he was like, hey, yo, Ak is not IDing anymore. I'm like, what? So I pull up to the deli and I'm like, hey, can I get a pack of backwoods? He looked at me. He's like, grabbed it, just put it there. And then I was like, I got a little power hungry at the moment. I was like, oh, okay. So then I got a case of White Claws, plopped it on the table. And then, like, at the moment, you know, it was amazing. But looking at it now, like, wow, you're fueling terrible stuff right there. And I obviously look like a kid. Yeah, 100%.
You're spitting bars.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It is sad.
Like, think of all the kids who just want to be cool, who are just walking up in there, like, you know, like, grabbing a 6-pack, going home, drinking it. They don't even like beer. They're fucking 16 years old. And then, you know, next thing you know, they're drinking on the regular.
Yeah,
becoming nothing with their lives.
That's terrible. Was your generation part of the Juul fiend generation?
Oh, 100%, bro. I mean, I had a bow myself, you know. Do you remember bows?
No.
So there was, like, mad different fucking, like, there was, like, the Miley, the bow, the Juul. Mad different fucking variations of the shit. I had a bow in, like, college. I went to college for, like, 1 year, and I had a bow. But in high school, for sure, Juuls everywhere. Regular fucking, like, box vapes everywhere. Retarded, bro. I mean, I smoked cigs in high school for a little bit.
Oh, man.
You know, I was actually a beer drinker in high school, too, for a little bit, which was stupid.
Yeah, I tried a cig for the first time, like, a couple months ago. And it was disgusting.
It's pretty trash.
It was disgusting.
Well, dude, you see, I would have an issue where, like, I would go out drinking. And, like, and this is after high school, too. You know, like, this is in high school and after high school. I would go out drinking, and then I would see a cig, and I'd just be like... And I didn't even enjoy it. It was just a matter of, like, when you get drunk and you have that nicotine, like... I wouldn't say I was addicted because it never controlled my life. I was able to stop cold turkey. But every once in a while, you know, I would, like, I guess you would call it relapsing.
Yeah.
And I would, like, you know, my inhibitions would be lowered from the alcohol, which is another terrible thing. Inhibitions being lowered from alcohol because you'd make really fucking stupid decisions. And I would smoke a ciggy, and it's like you're not even enjoying it. You're just doing it to get that little rush from the nicotine. It's like kind of a waste.
That's crazy. I was never a nicotine guy. I mean, I like Fronto and like
weak.
Yeah, but like that's it. And I don't even smoke anymore. Like,
you really are a Queens boy, bro. You got the Fronto. I'm weak. You sound like fucking. Who's that guy who got like shot up a couple years ago? Like Fredo Santana.
Oh, Fredo. Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah, it was Fredo. There was a lot of rappers that got killed past couple.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Which
almost
one?
every year. Yeah, which
yeah,
one?
every fucking day there's a rapper getting murdered, bro. I feel bad.
Yeah, it sucks. And there's
It's
some
like the worst profession out. That's like the most deadly profession, bro.
next to cage fighting.
Cage fighting, you don't really see many deaths, though.
Yeah, you're not getting
Comparatively
shot
speaking.
unless you're Kane shooting somebody else. Free him. Free that man.
Low key. You know, it's just crazy, though. Like, there's this guy who, like, BLM raised, like, $100,000
Yeah.
to fucking bail him out.
Really?
Yeah, and he shot a mayor of a fucking city because he was, like, Jewish or some shit.
Uh-huh.
And this was, like, explicitly the reason why he shot him. BLM bailed him out of jail.
What?
Using, like, GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And then GoFundMe shut down Cain Velasquez's fund.
And they did the truckers wrong too.
Son,
They did the truckers wrong.
They did them
bro.
so wrong, bro.
It's terrible.
Dude, the truckers are the wave. I can't believe they fucking really changed like a lot of shit though. Like the truckers were valid, and the government was just like, no cap though.
Yeah, no, Canada was on fire. Well, it's still on fire.
Canada's a fucking joke, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, there's the Instagram page for them. It's like Freedom Convoy 2020 or whatever.
Oh, I saw you repost them. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, because they're valid. But they posted a picture. It's like highlighted in red are the nations where you can't exit or enter if you're unvaccinated. And it's like the whole world is like white, and then Canada's just like red.
New
Because
Zealand.
it's New Zealand, the mandates were actually declared unjustified.
Oh. New Zealand.
But fuck that bitch, Jacinda Ardern or whatever her name is.
I don't know. I don't know.
The prime minister bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a fucking cunt, bro. She's
Oh,
such a
no.
cunt. And she's a great reset bitch too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. She's like all up in Klaus Schwab's shit, bro. If you go on like the World Economic Forum website,
Uh-huh.
you know, you'll find pictures of like Joe Biden, that bitch, Klaus, all these fucking Trudeau.
I wonder if they have like a secret layer somewhere. Like,
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I think that they're trying to like provoke a nuclear war with Russia. And then like once that happens and like the world ends, they're just going to be in like a bunker somewhere far, far away, not even affected by it.
or if the people survive, they're gonna be so afraid that they're gonna feel inclined to listen to them. It's gonna be like, you listen to us and you're gonna stay safe. But I'm not.
Nah, that ain't happening.
Not me.
Bro. They're too smart for that shit, and they're too rich for that shit. They have all the money in the world, and they're gonna use it to their advantage. They're gonna fucking take advantage of us. They're gonna fucking destroy our societies any way they can.
Yeah.
And that's why they want us to eat bugs, bro. You know, like people who eat only vegetables. You know, you're not getting certain nutrients in your body, and so you're gonna have lower function in general, physically and mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, like men should not be eating Impossible Burgers. There's a lot of estrogen in there. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of estrogen.
Well, it's because of all the soy.
Yeah. And I actually went vegan for a little, like for like not even like it was probably like a week or two.
You probably felt like dick, right?
Yeah, I had no energy and like my shits were unbelievable. But not only that, like I watched this documentary. It was called it was on Netflix. What is it called? I forgot the name.
Is it the one where they're like showing like the factory farming and shit?
No, that I watched that one too. It was the one where it was like athletes, the vegan athletes,
I didn't see that.
where it had like Chris Paul, like a basketball player, and
Oh yeah, weak. I didn't see that.
yeah, no, they had like Joe Rogan had a lifter on from that documentary, some vegan guy, but that inspired me to do it. But as I was doing it, the first 2 days, I was eating like a rabbit. Like I ate like literally like carrots, lettuce, and like grapes, because I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then I got into it and I spent a lot of money, bought all the groceries and stuff, and I was eating all these like Impossible meats and like all this like bullshit, and I felt disgusting.
You know what's so
Terrible.
funny, bro? Yo, people who like talk about, you know, veganism as like this ethical thing because of
Oh, it's
climate
the
change.
worst.
Yo,
Yeah.
people say that it's like gonna contribute to like stopping climate change and shit, but yo, Impossible Burgers are produced in like factories.
Greenhouses.
No,
No?
no, literal factories.
Oh.
Like I'm talking, goes to a processing plant, and then, you know, the fucking smoke comes out of the tubes
Oh no!
and then goes into the air, and you
Is
get an
it-
Impossible Burger
Is
wrapped
it
in
even
plastic.
real soy?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we have. You got to understand what's really fucked up about America and how we chose to grow our crops is that we've done what's called monocropping.
Mm-hmm.
Monocropping is using swaths of land for only one crop. So, corn, soy, wheat, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to understand that when you do that, the soil loses nutrients. So you can never grow anything else besides that one crop there ever again, if even that crop, because the nutrients in the soil are so depleted from years and years of one thing being there, and no animals pissing and pooping on it, because that's what you need. You need animals and human beings going, because that fertilizes the soil and
It's
it
a
gives
cycle.
Like, dude, you gotta understand. Like, there's places where you can find soil that's like the color of coffee grounds, and then soil that's like baseball mound dirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that shit's disgusting.
Nah, it's. I think the same documentary you're talking about before, like the factory farming one, like they have like, since there are no plants at the cow like factories, not even farms, like they have like a pool of just shit. And like I feel like if there were plants there, it could take those nutrients and recycle it.
Yep.
But that's not what happens.
Well, what I think we should do is, instead of, because number one, a lot of our crops go to vegetable oils and stuff like that. And vegetable oils, it's starting to come out now that those are probably the leading cause of obesity, cancer, like Alzheimer's, dementia, these kinds of things.
Fructose too.
Well, no.
Really?
So certain types of fructose. Fructose in processed sugars is way different than fructose from honey, like raw honey, or fruits. Way different. Night and day. But that's besides the point. If we took the farmland that's being used for like monocrop bullshit and instead slash and burn and then put like animals, like buffalo, the animals that used to roam the plains and these fields back on the soil, we would probably have like some of the most fertile soil in the world again. Because that was one of the benefits of coming to the New World, is that you could get a swath of land, you could get farmland, you can get property on some of the most fertile and arable land in the world. But what do? We farmed soy, which is terrible for human beings. We farmed corn, which is also terrible for human beings. And we destroyed farmland by doing only monocropping and Monsanto bullshit, like these fucking pesticides, bro.
Monsanto.
And like, depleting the soil of nutrients and depleting the population of nutrients as well, because now we're starting to go like with this whole Great Reset thing. You need to get your protein from bugs. Yes, this is the way to do it. It's like, no, that's fucking stupid. I mean, that's borderline mental.
Would
You're
you
not
eat a
gonna.
bug?
What's that?
Would you eat a bug?
Yeah, but like for fun, like if like if I'm like getting fucking toasted with the boys,
Yeah.
and a guy walks up with like a scorpion on a stick, bro, give me that shit. Like, that's hell yeah, that's a fucking great story.
But not for nutrients.
No way. You need the compounds in animal fat, especially beef and ruminant fat. Ruminants like bison, buffalo, cow, bull. You need the nutrients from the muscle meat and the fat and the organs. Undeniable. Evolutionarily undeniable. Yeah.
You a big liver guy?
Yo, I'm called Liverace around here. I swear. Brian O'Day, fucking trademark Liverace.
Where do you get your liver from?
Whole Foods.
Yeah, I've gotten liver from Stop and Shop and it tasted disgusting.
No, you need to get it from Whole Foods because they have grass fed.
Ah.
That's another thing. So I hate factory farming.
Yeah, 100%.
Factory farming is trash. And that's another reason why we should take this farmland that's been monocropped and give it to the animals. Because then we could have plenty of space to ethically raise animals, feed them properly, kill them properly, and human beings will benefit vastly.
Yeah.
Especially with the organ meat. Because the liver detoxifies the body in a lot of ways. The liver, the kidneys, the spleen. And when you're eating like shit as a cow, like if you're feeding your cow grains and nastiness and disgustingness, it's gonna be toxic.
100%. Yeah. You are what you eat.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. That's why I want to start hunting. Like, I've been working on my hunting license. Like, I procrastinated the shit out of it. Like, I was almost done with the bow. Like, I did the safety. I did the safety, but I almost had the bow license. But then I just stopped doing it. But I know that in Long Island you can get a lot of deer. But like, I don't know if I could trust the deer out here, because I feel like they eat like people's trash and stuff.
That's a fact, dude. They used to come over to my grandpa's house and eat the trash over there.
Oh, yeah. That's probably not what you want to eat.
You want to go upstate for that shit.
Yeah, but it's probably better than what you're getting at the grocery stores. Like,
yeah,
garbage deer is better than Stop and Shop cow.
Dude, that's such a fact, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, I go to Whole Foods, bro. I'm telling you, like, even though it's a chain grocery store, it's still better than Stop and Shop or ShopRite.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that out. Wait, so you're a carnivore, right? You do carnivore?
No, I don't do carnivore. I do animal based. Is what is like the kind of meme. It's like the meme term.
Paleo.
What's that?
Paleo.
No.
I don't know.
Paleo is garbage.
What is that?
It's like a ancestral diet, but it's not really an ancestral diet because it still includes like certain like grains and shit. But carnivore or animal based is like, it's an ancestral diet, so like things that our ancestors would have eaten long ago, and it's like meat, organs, fruit, honey, and a recent addition has been dairy, so like eggs and milk and butter.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with what milk.
Why's that?
I don't know, man. So before, I didn't drink a lot of milk as a kid. Maybe that's why I'm short. But I have a little cousin. Yo, this kid was drinking. I don't know what type of milk he was drinking, but he shot up like crazy. Like he was like 10 years old, but he looks like he's like 15. Like, it's weird. It's mad weird. And I don't know. Maybe the milk he's drinking is good for him, but I feel like you shouldn't be that rapidly growing. Like, same with like formula stuff.
That shit's garbage.
That's
breastfeeding
weird.
all the way.
That's weird to me. But like, I feel like some people shouldn't breastfeed because like, what if they eat shitty stuff? Like, you're gonna breastfeed McDonald's to your kid?
Well, that's why we have an obesity epidemic amongst kids too.
Yeah.
I mean, well, one thing I will say is that, so I don't drink like Fairlife milk or like what are the other like mainstream milk brands, I don't know, like Tuscan or whatever.
Yeah, I know that one.
I will never drink that shit. I drink raw milk from a dairy, like from an actual like dairy farm, unpasteurized, from cows that are pretty much guaranteed not to be antibiotic raised. And I think a big reason as to why your cousin shot up so much is because milk has a lot of good fat and good nutrients in it, and that kind of shit helps you grow.
I should have drank
also
some milk.
just genetics, bro. Like, dude.
Nah. We have basically the same genetics.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Kind of shit. Listen, it's just life.
He's like my size. I'm like, yo, how are you 10 years old, bro? Like, that's crazy. It's crazy to
It'd
me.
be like that, bro. But yeah, regardless, animal based is the way to go. Fuck vegetables. Fruits are better than vegetables.
When did you start the diet?
January.
Were the beef prices and stuff high back then too?
Yeah, but not as high as now.
When did you realize, like, yo, this is crazy?
Immediately.
Really?
Yeah, but that's why I buy in bulk now. So I'll buy, like, it's called a chuck roast, and it comes, like, I ask the butcher to give me, like, 4 to 5 pounds per roast, and I get, like, 6 roasts at a time. Oh. And then I go home and I butcher them into, like 12-ounce steaks, 8-ounce to 12-ounce steaks, and I freeze them. And then, whenever I want one, I'll just, like, defrost it overnight. It's right there in the morning.
They butcher? Wow, I've never seen a butcher in my life.
Well, the Whole Foods meat department, Thank God. You know, they give me a lot of meat, so.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah, it's good shit, man. I mean, unfortunately, the one thing that sucks is that buying wholesale isn't going to get you a discount. Like, that sucks. But I'd rather be spending $200 a month on steak than like $400 going to Stop and Shop and buying individual packs.
Yeah, self-investment.
High key?
Yeah. I go to BJ's. That's the
BJ's
way.
is fire.
Yeah.
BJ's, you could probably save a little bit of money, too.
But is the meat at BJ's safe?
It's probably not as good as Whole Foods.
Nah.
You want grass-fed meat, bro. I mean, and obviously not everything at Whole Foods is going to be grass-fed. I'll give you that. But it's probably going to be a little bit better quality.
Is grass finish good?
Grass-fed, grass-finished is the best.
Really?
That is the highest quality you can get.
Isn't grass finished like they give them grass towards the end of their like?
Yes.
Oh, okay, but it's still better.
Way better.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, like, otherwise they would just be like in a kill house, you know, eating grain or something. You can just like feed. You know, and that's not great, but it's still better that for the majority of their life they were let on a pasture, you know, and raised on a pasture.
Yeah. Off topic, but you're Catholic, right?
Yes, sir. Big God by.
So, were you always like religious throughout your whole life?
No, I had phases, but now I'm pretty secure in Catholicism.
When did so you go to church like every Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
What about you?
So, no, I don't. I used to though. Like probably like towards the beginning of my life up to like 9th grade, maybe 10th grade. I was pretty religious. But then I don't know, I saw some weird stuff like happen at church and like at school, cuz like I went to a Catholic school and there were a lot of like we have where every year you're supposed to take religion. And I had a religion teacher that was just a dick. He was such a dick. And he was like so quick to like use like the Bible to push his like weird agendas, and it was really creepy because he would like I gotta be careful with my words.
Just say it.
So there were times he would tell the guys in the class like, oh, like, you know, masturbation is okay, but then he would pull like a verse from the Bible, right? And say, listen, being gay is all right. But then he would also say something weird like he was low-key a pedophile. That's what I'm trying to say. He was low-key a pedophile because he was trying
to justify biblically the fact that he would fuck boys.
Basically. So he would try to like hang out with kids after class and stuff. And that creeped me the fuck out.
That's fucked.
Like, I mean, I have no problem with gay people. But, like, if he's using weird stuff, like, well, he's using Bible verses and Bible stories to try and justify the fact that he looks at little boys and stuff. And we all knew because there was, like, this, like Little League team, right? Like, well, not Little League, but, like, it was, like a CYO team. Like, they would stop by every once in a while, and he would just be sitting there just watching. I'm like, yo, like, what is wrong with this dude?
Fucked.
Weirdo, man. Weirdo.
Listen, man, that's one thing you're going to find in a lot of religions,
Yeah.
but, like, especially religions where, like, you know, we're in the West now,
Yeah.
and everything is so sexual, you know, like, nowadays especially, and, like, this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
When you're deprived of, like, you know, like, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
because you feel like you have to be committed to God and you're not trying to, like, you know, have sex at all, you know, maybe that was like the kind of life, like the celibate life. You're probably gonna be more prone to like deviant behavior because you're like, you know, locked away essentially. And especially if you have like a mental issue which causes you to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are gravitated towards, you know, the church because they want to either cure themselves, and then in reality they're not getting the help that they need, and they just start touching little boys instead.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's
man.
bad shit.
It's creepy, and that guy,
it's not good.
He never got in trouble. Never got in trouble. And there are a lot of guys like at the school and other schools that I've been to. Like I went to a Catholic school for a little bit, like for Sunday school, and there were people there also in the same timing, but they wouldn't get in trouble. They just get transferred to other places. And that same exact person I'm talking about, he got transferred out.
Yeah, I think that's terrible.
Yeah,
And that shit happens a lot in the Catholic Church, bro.
yeah, he was weird. He was weird. Super weird.
Especially because, like, you know, these people are, like, in a position of authority.
Yeah.
And they feel like they can take advantage because you have to listen to me. I'm your fucking authoritative figure.
Yeah, and I would like, I was pretty religious coming into the school because I was trying to like change my perspective on life, and seeing stuff like that, it kind of changed my like perspective on it. Because like, I mean, I definitely think the values are, you know, they're great values, and they raise great people, and they guide great people. But the thing is, it's like, I feel like the people inside of it running like the bigger, like,
They're fucked.
Yeah, they're terrible people.
So
Not all of them though.
No,
let
that's
me
true.
not. Yeah, not all of them. There's a lot of good people, but
I will say though,
bad
it's not a reflection of the religion though. You know, it's a reflection
Yeah.
of a heavily misguided organization though. And I
Mhm.
think that needs to be changed. You know, like I'm not a big fan of Pope Francis.
oh yeah, no.
He's a fucking great reset guy too, and that's an off-topic thing. But you know, like regardless, if you look in the Bible, you know, like I'm starting to get into like the Old Testament now,
Yeah,
and you know, there's a lot of stories of like brokenness and just depravity and just broken families and just like really fucked up shit, you know, like. And I think that is just evidence that no matter what, when the human equation is there, like you're gonna have brokenness and terrible behavior and negativity, you know. So just because you saw that as a kid doesn't mean that that's a reflection of, you know, the Bible or
Yeah.
the belief itself. So you know, like, listen, you know, I always encourage people to go to Christ because, you know, I do believe that that's the only way to heaven is to, you know, believe in Christ.
yeah. I'm spiritual. That's what I'm more spiritual than religious. That's what I've started to like develop.
Listen, you know,
Yeah.
whatever works for you, but at the end of your life, you know, you're gonna have to, in my view, you know, you're gonna have to say
Yeah.
what's up to Christ and be like, yo, my dude, please.
Yeah, every time I see my grandma, she's telling me pray, read the Bible, all that.
What's important, man?
Yeah,
you know, like
100%.
praying, even if not to connect to God, you're
Yeah.
getting your thoughts organized in a certain way. It's almost like journaling, you know, like you're
Yeah.
manifesting things, quote unquote. And even in my perspective, like when you do pray to God, you know, you are manifesting good things.
And it's meditative too.
Absolutely.
It is. I probably should start praying again. I stopped praying a while ago, but maybe send a couple up there.
Yeah, you know, you should, man, you know, because if
Yeah.
you keep on being consistent, you'll see certain things go your way in your life, and then who knows, maybe you'll find your way back.
It's true. It's true.
All right, well, it is probably like an hour and a half into the conversation.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to
That was
cap
a
it right
long
there, but dude, this was actually a really good conversation. Probably one of the better ones
appreciate
I've
it.
ever had.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was really, I mean, it flowed great. I mean, a lot of different topics, and we knew what we were talking about.
Can I add one last thing? I'm
100%,
sorry.
dude, let's go.
What made you start Sao Jiao Creations?
It's funny, actually. So I always wanted to like go to Europe and make videos of me like following my dreams doing
Uh-huh.
music. So the plan was I was gonna start a YouTube channel, and I was a musician,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the name Sao Joao already, and I was gonna move to Portugal and make music and essentially document my journey as a musician from the very start to when I got like super famous, and have it like what it looks like to become famous.
Oh.
And so I was going to start the YouTube channel no matter what. But then the pandemic hit. I couldn't move to Portugal. I just made music at home, and you can't really film that. I didn't really want to. So I was just making the music at home. And then I was in the gym one day because I started coming back to the gym, you know, when things started opening up a little bit. And I was talking to Jason Downer, Jamaica Funk.
Yeah.
Him and I were sitting down one day after a pad session. He's like, you know, we have these great conversations, bro. You should start a podcast. And I was like, all right, it's actually a pretty good idea. I put out on my Instagram, I was like, yo, if I started a podcast, who would watch it? Some people swiped up and said, fuck yeah, dude. And rest is history.
And that was your first ever YouTube video that you've ever posted?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that was
So
it.
you don't have any, like, archived, like, when you were 11, you posted something?
No, it was just the first podcast I did with Tom Pooch. And then there we are.
Sadly, I have some weird stuff still up there.
Oh,
on
yeah, you got the
YouTube.
culture.
Oh, man.
Hey, listen, you're putting yourself on blast, bro.
Hey, I mean, low-key, I would do a reaction video, laugh at it. But yeah.
Actually, you know what? Before we go, that is what inspired you to start Dojo Dudes, bro?
So I'm a huge JRE fan. Huge JRE fan. And low-key, like, I was pretty hesitant with starting a podcast. And I'm actually a pretty, like, I wouldn't say I'm introverted, but, like, I'm not really good at holding conversations.
Are you shy?
Yeah. I use martial arts to kind of, like, boost my confidence, but...
Which is huge.
Yeah. But for the most part, Dojo Dudes was supposed to be the playground to help me become a better conversationalist. And I actually have, like...
I love that.
20 episodes that I've never ever posted. They're all recorded, but it's just I just look at them and cringe. But like, I mean, I dropped a couple, but yeah, I had a channel before, actually, the Cage Beast Entertainment channel, and I had a not semi-viral video. I got like 1.8k views, where like, see, my dad and I, we were leaving like the construction site, right? And there was this dude boxing some other guy like across the street.
I saw that video.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yo, he was beating this dude up. Like, I'm going to include it in the new version of the video. But he was beating the other dude up. And he was wearing these, like, red little, like, oven mitt, like, Muhammad Ali era gloves.
Wow.
And the other guy was wearing, like, 10 ounces. 10 ounces are still small, in my opinion. But those tiny gloves are basically, like, MMA gloves almost.
I see.
And he was rocking the other dude. And I was like, yo... Dad, record this. So I went across the street, and I was like, "Yo, can I hop in your video? Can I go with you?" And at the time, I low-key wasn't even like that great, but I was like, you know what? I think I have the ability to at least, like, you know, humble this dude a little bit. So we got into it. I cracked him with like a couple left hooks, and then like he low-key caught me with like a grazed punch. But then as soon as he hit me, and then I came back at him, he just ended the video.
I see.
And I'm trying to find that video. If anyone could find that video online, let me know. Well, his point of view. But yeah.
Damn.
1.8 on that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, dude? If there's any advice I can offer you, you know, for your podcast, it would just be keep going. You know.
Thanks.
Just obviously right now I'm not even that big. You know, I have like, I think as of today it was like 166 subscribers, bro.
You're gonna blow up, bro.
One day.
Yo,
One
I've
day.
been watching like. Yo, I don't want to be like super fanboy, but I watch your shit, bro.
I appreciate that
Like
a lot.
I watched a lot of episodes. Like when I first joined the gym, I accidentally found your podcast, and then I would listen to it on the way to work because it was pretty entertaining.
Damn,
like,
I appreciate that.
Yo, I'll show you later. Like, I've watched a lot of your stuff, bro. Like, I watched all the way from when you were in your room with like the espresso machine.
Wow.
I didn't even know you, bro. I didn't even know you. I found you by accident.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
That's fucking nuts, bro. That's literally like the first episodes.
Yeah, man. No, bro. Those are super entertaining. And then I saw with like, I'm pretty sure it was like John, like Tom, and then like Tom's little brother. I saw that one too. I saw Sheik. I saw the J Funk one. I saw almost every MMA. Actually, no, I saw every MMA one, and then like I saw the ones with like a couple of your like friends on it. Yo, you're good at it, bro. You're good at it.
Dude, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, man. I mean,
Yeah,
it
of
means a
course.
lot, you know, especially because of the fact that I'm trying to make this my life, you know.
And like, I'm not even just saying that to like, you know, butter you up. But like, yo, I was really entertained. Like, I wouldn't sit through a whole thing because I have such a low attention span. I wouldn't sit through the whole entire podcast if it wasn't good. And I sat through all those episodes, man. They're great.
Damn.
Yeah.
That hits. I fucking appreciate that, man.
Of course, bro. Of course. Keep with the great work, man.
Dude, 100%. And, you know,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you got to come on and you're going to be able to listen to yourself now, you know. It's,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's going to be... No, it was good because, you know, you did a great job, man. You talked very well. You listened attentively, you know. And that's the best skill a person can have is to listen and talk well, so.
Thanks, man.
But, yeah, Kenny, thank you so much for coming on today,
Yeah, I
my
appreciate
boy.
it, brother.
My fucking pleasure.
Yo, how you doing, podcast? Check it out.
Oh, yeah, plug your shit real quick. Like, plug your ads.
So Dojo Dudes podcast on Instagram, Dojo Dudes show on YouTube, Cage Beast USA on Instagram. We also have a website. It's low-key down right now, but I'm putting it back up. CageBeastUSA.com. You could get merch on there, hoodies, all that. And you could follow me at Kenny, KENNYDAMIAO. Check that out.
Links will be in the bio of the video.
100%, bro.
My boy.
Appreciate it, bro.
Anytime.
That was fire.